Welcome to the Retro Video Store Podcast.
Welcome, everyone, to the Retro Video Store Podcast. I'm your host, Eric.
Hi, Eric.
And that's my co-host, Neil.
I'm Neil. And who is God knows where?
He's in New Hampshire.
Oh. A little bougie. I preferred Old Hampshire. But if someone's got to someone's got to be special, go to New Hampshire. That's on him.
We sound like the news. David is off on assignment. And now... That's a long way from Utah, man. New Hampshire?
Anywhere is better place to be than Utah.
No, well, yeah, true. So, hello, Neil. We are going back to our normal format after having a little bit different episode last week with our slasher special. Thanks, everybody, for downloading that already. It's doing pretty well, so thank you so much. Today, we're going to...
People got to sit around with us doing what we fucking normally do anyway. That was...
it's bullshit, yeah.
I'm amazed people wanted to listen to that. I get if you're curious about a movie, but, you know, like, what a couple of buffoons like us think about movies, because we're what?
Buffoons.
Buffoons, yes. I even read that in the little review we got. We're just some buffoons.
So today we're going back to spooky. It's going to be, this will be the first episode in October. So obviously we're going to do some spooky movies. We're going to do a underseen.
This wasn't one of them. This was not one of them.
We're doing an underseen gem of a movie from 1979, Tourist Trap.
Gem.
Yeah, it's good.
This is the hill you're going to die on.
I love this movie.
Gem.
I enjoy this movie. It's very weird, kind of cheesy, but also has some very kind of uncanny weird moments in it, and a few little scary parts too. And this
you like those weird ass. You like those Italian movies though. So I don't know how much I trust any of your opinions when it comes to a film like this.
This is a pure American movie. Except for the composer, who we'll talk about here in a little bit. The much-mentioned Pino Donaggio, which we've talked about on several of our episodes.
I had that for dinner, actually, a couple of nights back. It went
Pino
really
Donaggio?
well. It went great with the steak. Little Pino Donaggio.
Yeah.
The guy came out, cracked it open, gave us a little sip.
Would you like a bit of Pino Donaggio?
Yeah, I liked it because it did have a cork. It had kind of like a metal screw cap.
Yes. That's the kind of wine I like, too. So, yeah. But before we do that, we're going to do what we always do. Neil, what did you watch this week?
So I got sucked into a show on I don't know. Is it HBO? Is it Max? Is it HBO Max?
Max?
Is it Max?
Again, thank goodness.
Okay. I got sucked into a series.
Oh, no, HBO Max. I'm sorry.
Fuck. I don't know. You know what? It's HBO, damn it. It's a series called The Pit.
Oh, I've heard it's good. It's about the ER.
Yeah. And each episode is an hour long, and it covers an hour in the ER. And it's going to go over, and the whole series is basically a whole shift. And I'm 4 episodes in. It's pretty damn good.
Wow, I didn't know that was the concept. That actually sounds kind of cool. It
is. And it's very fast paced. It's all about emergency medicine. Watched one of the episodes, and it was a little bit hard. Just because they had a dying dad and he had cancer, and, you know, they're talking about he doesn't want to be on life support, like his last moments and what that was like. And that was still a little bit fresh for me, having watched that with my dad. And it's just one of those things, like, you're sitting there and I'm like, am I torturing myself by watching this? Cause I'm feeling some kind of way right now. And I'm looking around like, okay, my wife's asleep. My son's asleep. All right. I'm going to cry like a little bitch for a hot second because I obviously haven't worked through everything over the death of my father. But the show, it got me in the feels, man. It was right on that experience. Like what they were talking about, what the poor dying father was going through with his last moments with cancer, and all the things the doctor's telling them are the things the doctor told me. I did things a little differently than the people. I respected my father's wishes,
Mhm.
They were like trying to like put a tube down his throat, do all these things. My dad was like, I don't want any of that. So yeah, so that was good. It's good though. It's a great
Mhm.
show. I haven't made it all the way through, but I see now why these guys were winning awards. It's pretty gnarly. Got some post traumatic stress stuff and some trauma and really good character development for the couple of the characters in the first few shows of it. You should really watch it. I know you don't do series, but each one is like a miniature movie because it's just so jam packed full of stuff. And there's so much shit going on
Mhm.
that after you've watched an hour of it, you're like, oh my God, that was an hour. Cannot imagine the stress of working in an ER that is that full and that busy.
There's supposed to be a new HBO show called Trace, I think. Is that what it's called? It's with Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, I've seen the I don't know if it's you can't call it a poster, but I've seen, or is it Trace or Task?
Task. It starts with a T. Sorry. Old age moment.
Yep, I'm looking at it right now. I had seen it. I had not started playing it. That's the one. Yeah?
Yeah, Task. Yep.
Yeah, I'd seen it. An FBI agent, Mark Ruffalo, heads a task force to put an end to a string of violent robberies led by an unassuming family man, Tom Pelfrey. So, yeah. Well, we'll just have to see because they have so many good series on here. So many good
Yeah,
series.
I always think the HBO really brings the heat. They always seem to have the consistent quality in the shows, especially.
They're edgy as shit. I mean, they're not letting any schlock through. Okay, I will say that the last like 3 episodes of Game of Thrones could have been done better. Thank you, George R.R. Martin, for not finishing that fucking series yet and giving these guys something to work with.
Yeah, once they ran out of book, it was tough for them to maintain that series integrity.
Yeah, it was so rushed. Oh, and I watched the new Superman again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know it's on HBO, but I haven't seen it again.
Yeah,
So,
I tuned in to watch that, and then I was looking. Weapons is going to be coming soon, so I'm looking forward to watching that. I keep telling Sammy about it, and then I looked up some stuff about it and said, "Hey, this actually seems like it's going to be a good movie." Because as soon as I told her you liked it, she's like, "No, I'm not going to do it." Eric liked this movie. No.
So, well, there's two versions of Eric's taste. There is quality movie Eric, and there is schlock crappy horror movie Eric.
There's protein, and then there's carbohydrates.
Exactly. I know a quality movie when I see it, but also know
we've watched a lot of carbohydrates for this.
Yes,
a lot of carbohydrates. When we were watching this movie, as it's playing, my wife is sitting there. She's doing stuff on her phone. She was like checking us into the flights. She's going over the list of things like, hey, I want to clean this and do this before we go. So we come back from our trip to a nice clean house, fresh wash sheets, that kind of stuff. And she's looking at me and I look over and she says, I can't believe there haven't been any titties this whole movie.
I know it's a PG movie. That's that is the only, like, say, glaring negative of this movie is that it's not gory or salacious enough for me usually.
I don't know. I don't think this counts as a horror movie. I don't think there was any like real, like there was like a moment or two of horror, but it was so, I don't know. It almost felt like something that we could see as kids in the 70s, like early morning Saturdays. That's what it felt like.
It was the first time
HR Puffin stuff was far more terrifying than this movie.
Well, I remember seeing this movie. We'll get back. We'll get to what I watched here in a second. But I remember seeing Tourist Trap in the middle of the day on the LA station, like KTLA or something like that, and we were not prepared for that.
How'd you get KTLA?
We have very basic cable, so it was like,
had cable. Way to work it back in. Back in. Eric had cable.
But one of the things why this movie affected people my age is that it wasn't edited for TV because it was PG. There was no boobs, no blood, really. So they would show it, and it had profound, scary effect on a lot of kids. But we'll get then into that in a minute. What did you watch, Eric? Oh, what did I watch?
It's I have very few joys in life, and this is one of them. So don't take it from me.
Yeah.
What did you watch, Eric?
well, what did you watch?
And now for something we hope you'll really enjoy.
All right, Sherman. Remember Rocky and Bullwinkle? That was a good show.
Yeah.
So many puns in that show.
Watch me pull the rabbit out of my sleeve.
Yeah, I loved Super Chicken. That was also full of puns.
Let's call on Super Chicken. Boop, boop.
Tom Slick.
Let's set the Wayback Machine before your mother was a filthy. Anyway,
yes.
Let's go. What
did I watch this week? I watched a lot of videos about 80s horror. But then I did watch one movie that I remembered. My memory got spurred by watching that movie In Search of Darkness Part 2, and they just talk about all the movies from the 80s. And they showed the poster for Fear No Evil. And Fear No Evil is one shitty movie. It's so bad. But I watched all of it, and I'm here to tell you that if you like a good bad movie with very awful acting, extremely bad special effects, just very homoerotic for some reason, Fear No Evil is your movie. The only thing that's crazy about Fear No Evil is that it has an amazing soundtrack. It's got like the Sex Pistols and the B-52s and the Talking Heads, and it's got a lot of really big named groups from the 80s, and it's the quintessential, like, kid is bullied by everybody at school. They all treat him like shit, and he happens to be the son of Lucifer, and there's three humans who look like they're normal, but they're actually archangels, are there to kill Lucifer. And it is really, really weird. And it is, it's got a death by dodgeball scene where a guy gets killed playing dodgeball.
Let's be honest. Didn't it feel like that sometimes, though?
It did. That you hit right in the face and you hear that bing. That weird,
yeah, you can still hear that. Yeah.
Sound, yeah. And there's a part in this movie that is hilarious. Not if you love dogs. It might be too much if you love dogs, but this guy kills animals to drink their blood, and there's this part where he's carrying this dog, and it's the worst fake looking dog I've ever seen in my entire life, and he's basically juicing the dog. He's pressing it down on it and getting blood out of it, and he drinks this chalice full of dog blood, and it is fucking hilarious. I enjoyed every moment of how bad that movie was. We may have to review it sometime. Fear No Evil from 1981. If you have not seen it, even if you see the poster is hilarious. It's got like a yearbook photo, and his name is Andrew, and his eyes all red and scary looking, and the rest of the yearbook is on fire. It is so hilarious.
Okay, I'm looking this up while you're talking.
Yeah, if you want it's on Tubi and on Amazon Prime, I think. If you want to watch a really, really bad horror movie to play in front of your friends and make them go, "What are we watching? What are you doing to us?" Which is the desired outcome if you want to show a horror movie to your friends, is, make them wonder if you have some problems.
Oh, well done, sir. Well done, because now we know. Okay.
Speaking of, do I have problems?
I don't remember this poster, but I do remember the box now that I'm looking at it.
Mm-hmm. Worth checking out. He, I'll just give it away. Maybe it'll make you want to watch the movies more. He has this like greaser kind of bully guy that he makes kiss him in the shower in this weird, hypnosis thing. And at the end, he gives his bully breasts, like big, perky breasts, and he's like, and he stabs himself because he got turned into a woman. It's so weird. It's just bizarre. Worth checking out. It's like, if you want a really weird oddity, Fear No Evil from 1981, check it out. If you see it, everybody, we're gonna do Evil Dead 2013 next week. But if any of you watch Fear No Evil, send me a email or a message or something that you've seen this movie, and let me know what you thought, if you think it is as weird as I do. Speaking of Am I Weird?
Yeah, let's go.
I was sitting on the couch with my lovely wife. And we're watching the end of a football game, and I'm doom scrolling through Instagram, and I'm just watching reel after reel of like children get hurt. like, like there's this one video of this kid getting stung in the foot by a wasp, and he's crying. He's like, "Oh, I'm dying," whatever. And there's other things where kids are falling down, and they're not hurting themselves seriously, but hurting themselves enough to be kind of funny. The Schadenfreude of watching a child get hurt. And my wife goes, "What is wrong with your algorithm?" Because all you're watching, all I hear is kids crying on your, coming from Instagram. So,
Jamie, I've asked that too. You're not the only one, Jamie.
Yeah. So, yeah.
What is wrong with your algorithm? I'll take a lot for 500, Alex.
No, I have curated my algorithm to be precisely the way it is.
I have worked on ruining that too by sending you videos.
Yes. So,
I love the ones where people are just so not self-aware.
Oh yeah,
of what they're doing and what they're putting out there. Like that dude with the mullet that sings karaoke, or that weird guy with like the Edgar haircut dyed blonde who like tries to rap every song and it's always off key.
There's that one where these two guys, and it look like they're in a basement and they're like singing Tears in Heaven together.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. That was just, that was cringe on a different level.
The one, would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? One guy sounds like he's auditioning for like a grindcore, like a black metal band. It's so good. Yeah, it's even better. I don't know. Hopefully, the one of the 4 listeners has seen it with the 2 like gooey, soft, semi-redneck guys with their shirts off, standing back to back, and they have Monster Energy tattoos.
Oh yes,
I sure wouldn't want to mess with us. You think? And he sit there and he's slapping his fist into his hand. Oh, the dude can barely grow a mustache. He's got no muscle tone whatsoever. It was amazing.
I saw a video of like Vin Diesel now, and he's talking to this crowd of people at some car show, talking about what he wants to do for the next Fast and the Furious movie. And Vin has gained some pounds, so he's not looking looking like Dom Toretto or whatever.
He needs to get some of these, Eric.
Yeah,
right there.
But somebody's like,
just give those a kiss.
Your puppies are sick. Yeah,
my puppies are sick.
Yeah. There's my favorite comment was, he lives his life 1/4 pounder at a time.
Eric, my eyes are up here, Eric.
Yeah, I can see you flexing your boobies.
Thank you.
All right.
Where are my eyes? You don't even know what color my eyes are, do you? You son of a bitch.
They're blue, right?
Okay, good guess.
All right, let's talk about Tourist Trap.
Oh fuck! I've been trying to distract you. Here, watch me bounce my pecs again. And we don't have to talk about that. Good God!
Do you not agree that the masks were kind of freaky and scary looking in Tourist Trap?
I got like Leatherface vibes off of it, like for the first time. But Chuck Connors has such a growly delivery that as soon as he started talking, I'm like, having never seen this movie before. As soon as he started talking, I'm like, oh fuck, he's crazy. It's actually the same guy. God dang it. Then I had to wait the rest of the movie for them to finally he revealed it's the same guy. Always goes
yeah. You can see that coming a mile away.
Yes.
The interesting thing is, if you watch House of Wax, the one that we did a review on, the one with Paris Hilton and Alicia Cuthbert, it's basically a remake of this movie, not really the House of Wax from Vincent Price era. But they make them actually 2 brothers instead of one guy playing 2 brothers in that movie. So
this one should have been called The House of Things with Easily Visible Strings that are being flung about the room when telekinesis is involved.
You could see the strings like crazy when it comes to the girl getting choked with the bandana or whatever. You can see the strings really bad.
I have never wanted someone to die in a movie as much as I did that first guy.
The guy was rolling the tire?
Yes. So the last couple movies, and it must be a thing around that time, that someone's scared, so they just sit there and put their hands up and give the guy 20 to 30 seconds to walk towards them for their inevitable doom or whatever's going on, and just sit there. And I find that annoying.
Mm-hmm. So this is 1979. So it's pre-80s horror movie.
It's getting there, though. We're getting there, though.
We're getting there. And 79, I saw this movie on, like I said, on KTLA in the middle of the day. And my sister and I saw it, and it scared the shit out of us. We were scared of mannequins in the first place. And this is another thing, listeners, if you can remember, if it's a movie or a TV show where these mannequins' heads are floating around and making a weird like sound, that scared the shit out of my sister and I so much that my dad, if he wanted to scare us, he would just make that sound, and it would scare the shit out of us as little kids. So I don't know if it was like
they call it a skippy.
But I have Googled mannequin heads flying around. I've Googled all these different things to try to find out what this was that I saw that scared me, and I still have not found it. So it's like a fever dream. Does this exist or not? But if you are roughly our age and you were, growing up in the late 70s and early 80s, and you remember a movie with mannequin heads floating around, let me know. But also, I did send Neil a clip about another thing that scared me just as much as mannequins: fembots from the $6 Million Man and the Bionic Woman. Did you see that clip I sent you?
Yeah, I did. The eyes were the best part. But as a kid, I never understood how they could make such complex like facial movements, and there was nothing underneath but like a little speaker and some big buggy eyes.
Yeah, buggy eyes, a couple little radio transistors, and like a speaker mouth.
Yeah, just like a little speaker.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we spent all the cash building the body and making sure that moved just fine. Where can we cut back? The face, no one will notice.
Well, back as a kid, that scared the shit out of me. Now, when you're older, you're like, this is so stupid. But kids are exposed to so much more now. But when we were young, that's all we had to watch. There was 4 stations: ABC, CBS, NBC, and PBS.
I think it's amazing that the Bionic Woman, that her ear, she could put it up to like a 6-inch steel door and hear like what's behind it or hear something miles away, but she couldn't hear through her hair. Got to pull your hair back.
Yes, in order
over
to,
your ear so you could hear that.
Bionic ear. Yeah.
I really wanted her ear to go. That would have been great.
You want his with the Internet Movie Database tagline for a tourist trap?
A group of young friends stranded at a secluded roadside museum are stalked by a masked assailant who uses his telekinetic powers to control the attraction's mannequins.
They do not explain anything about his telekinetic powers.
Nope, just a whacked out dude with telekinetic powers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The Chat GPT summary, you want to hit us with that?
Tourist Trap is a weird, eerie little roadside horror from 1979, equal parts wax museum creepiness and telekinetic weirdness, directed by David Schmoller and anchored by a memorably unsettling Chuck Connors. How dare they do that to the rifleman?
Yeah, it's definitely a different role for him. Chuck Schmoller did a lot of indie movies, and he did Tourist Trap, a movie called The Spider Will Kill You, then Tourist Trap, then he did The Seduction, starring Morgan Fairchild and Andrew Stevens. That was a basic cable or a HBO classic.
I can only think of John Lovitz. My wife, Morgan Fairchild.
Then he did The Puppet Master for Full Moon Entertainment. Remember the Puppet Master movies with the little guy with the top hat?
Mm-hmm.
And then the one that would like dig himself in, and there was the other weird little puppets, one who would spit out leeches and stuff like that. Those were kind of odd. He did The Arrival, a movie with Charlie Sheen, I think was in it, Netherworld. And he did a lot of, just basic weird shows like that back in the day.
Can I say I was really really surprised about was that critics actually took the time to write about this movie.
So let's talk about the producer. Charlie Band is a notorious producer of low budget movies. And I will name some of them, and you will have heard of many. He did Parasite from 1982, which was a 3D movie. He did Metal Storm, the destruction of Jared Sin. He did The Dungeon Master, Trancers, Meridian, Kiss of the Beast. Remember that was Sherilyn Fenn back in the 90s?
Oh,
Trancers movies, Doll Man versus Demonic Toys, The Creeps, Blood Dolls, The Gingerbread Man, Evil Bong, Evil Bong 2, King Bong.
I've watched several of those on Tubi.
Yeah. Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong.
I've watched that one as well.
Evil Bong 666.
I have watched that one as well.
He's done a lot of. He even did Laser Blast. Remember that movie from the 70s where the guy finds a medallion and he gets a laser hand type thing, and then the aliens chased him around? That one imprinted on me at a very young age of as being a crazy ass movie. I love that movie. Laser Blast.
I'm going to tell you, if you enjoyed this movie at all, you need to watch some of the Evil Bong movies.
Okay.
Seeing a demonically possessed Bong basically breastfeed off of a woman. It's one of those things I never thought I would see in a movie, was a giant animated Bong latching. Definitely an interesting film.
So this guy also produced so many crazy movies: From Beyond, Rawhead Rex, Troll, TerrorVision, Dolls, Ghoulies 2. Remember Wasp was in Ghoulies 2?
Blackie Lawless.
Assault of the Killer Bimbos.
So what's interesting is, because I looked this up, some of these movies that you're talking about were on the list on Tubi.
Oh, right. Nice.
Oh, like just right in a row. Because as soon as we saw Pumpkinhead on there, my wife was like, "Oh, you guys have to do Pumpkinhead."
Oh yeah, we're doing that in 2 weeks.
It's like that. No, Pumpkinhead's been chosen. It's going to happen.
So this movie cost about $350,000, grossed $4 million, so it was a modest hit for its time, but it wasn't really a big breakout hit. It's short; it's 90 minutes long, so you can put a lot of commercials in it. And like I said, this movie gained a second life on basic TV showings, basic regular cable afternoon movies. Remember, like you said, there was Saturday morning cartoons, and depending on what your channel you were on, either it went to a Soul Train and American Bandstand, or it went to your morning movie or early afternoon movie on some of the stations, and they would either show, action movies or horror movies and stuff like that. Or if you were lucky, you got Kung Fu Theater. That was another one that was good around that time too. So a lot of people saw this movie, and it did freak them out, just like it did me. So Chuck Connors plays Mr. Slauson, and also his brother Davey. Jocelyn Jones plays Molly, our virginal final girl, who is annoying as hell. Very, very whiny. We have Tanya Roberts as Becky. The Tanya Roberts. Yeah.
This is the point in the podcast where we all give Eric a moment alone to think and contemplate about Tanya Roberts.
Yes, Tanya Roberts. From Beastmaster, from Sheena. Yeah. Lots of good movies.
And this,
yes.
Those are now 3 films that I know her from. No more. Just
she was
these.
a Bond girl in one of the Bond movies, and she was on that 70s show. She did some sort of like Skinemax movies later as well. Yeah. You want to hit us with the critical consensus, both contemporary and retrospective?
Okay, well, contemporary. From Contemporary Reviews, Variety wrote, although Pick has some appropriately menacing music and occasionally employs some decent special effects, the plot is too loaded with cliches, from the concept to individual bits of dialogue to be taken seriously, and not silly enough to be regarded as delightfully bad. Charles Champlin of the Los Angeles Times wrote that the film has some moments of effectiveness, but even the hard-line chivalrous are likely to feel it's a long time between shrieks. Ginger Varney of the LA Weekly wrote that the film's screenplay falls short of perfection, but praised the art direction by Robert A. Burns, commenting that it mounts sufficient thrills to please even the picky hardcore shock fans. Let's just take a moment and appreciate the LA Weekly writer's name of Ginger Varney.
Ginger Varney.
Bill Cosford, who is perfectly safe to go have a drink with in his hotel room, not like Bill Cosby of the Miami Herald,
with the pudding.
felt the film was derivative and criticized it for its lack of explanation of the motives of the villain. Tom Pauline of the Monthly Film Bulletin also wrote unfavorably of the film, calling it a wholly unimaginative exercise in low-budget horror that plunders Psycho for its central plot gimmick in a fashion even more ham-fisted than it is bare-faced. Nothing much is made of the potentially sinister import of the wax dummies, by comparison with whom the human performers also fail to come off too well.
Wow, jeez.
Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 63% out of 8 critics' reviews. And from retrospective reviews, author and film critic Leonard Maltin gave the film 1.5 out of 4 stars, stating that although the film had a couple of genuine scares, I really wish he would write down what those were because I didn't find them. It was a mostly boring thriller. Author Stephen King, in his book Danse Macabre, praised the film as an obscure classic, noting that the film wields an eerie, spooky power as wax figures begin to move and come to life in a ruined, out-of-the-way tourist resort. Well, Stephen, they can't all be zingers, my man. Jason Buchanan from All Movie also praised the film, calling it one of the most underappreciated low-budget horror films of the 1970s. In his review on the film, Buchanan commended the film's atmosphere and score, Connor's performance, and the unsettling use of sound and imagery, comparing it to Tobe Hooper's The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. TV Guide awarded the film 2 out of 4 stars, calling it a bizarre, eerie shocker. I am just shocked that people even like this. In a 2020 retrospective, Jim Vorel of Pace Magazine called the film a surreal sort of quasi-slasher, familiar in some ways. The final girl is pretty standard and demure, and decidedly original in others. Jake D. of JoeBlow.com praised the film as an underrated effort, writing in 2021, coming full circle, it's astounding how strong Tourist Trap is 40 years later, and equally confounding as to why it's still so undervalued. Well, that's because it's not astounding and not strong. That is why. Other than the weak whodunit aspect of the film, Tourist Trap executes 40 years later with its inspired premise. Genuinely scaring opening sequence? No. Wickedly ambient score? Annoying. Unique death modes? Not really. An unpredictable finale? Saw that shit coming. Matthew Jackson, writing for Sci-Fi in 2023, similarly praised the film for its inventiveness and unpredictability, writing, one of the things that makes Tourist Trap so delightful is that it ends, particularly when you're already around the block with better-known slasher films. Is the number of twists it puts on certain established formulas? It doesn't. In part because it came around so early that there weren't that many formulas to follow. Some of these men are completely wrong.
I like it. I like it. I think it is interesting and definitely weird. Doesn't really fit into your normal horror movie mode, and it is just weird. I like the weirdness of it and the weird mannequins who are making all these sorts of weird noises. I will say that the score sucked. It had that really weird, clunky, like funny music. You know what I'm talking about? It's like, you know, it's just,
yeah, with like all the weird and just weird sounds. Those are almost as annoying as when they do that like violin, like ring, ring. Can't stand that.
Yeah, but during like times where it's supposed to be funny, the clunky music doesn't make it any funnier. It makes it just weird. Definitely a product of the 70s. It would not work in a movie today. So it starts out, you got two people, Woody and Eileen. They got car trouble, and then Woody goes ahead to find the help. And he's at a gas station. And
he didn't want to go alone. Mm-hmm. He kept looking at her, and he said, "Hey, come on, Eileen.
Come on, Eileen." Oh,
yeah.
He wasn't wearing overalls like the Dexys Midnight Runners.
Yep. There's another joke in there too, but I'll let you make that one.
All right. Woody goes ahead and finds an apparently deserted gas station, and he walking around, and all of a sudden the door's locked, and the mannequins start moving around, and they're throwing all sorts of stuff at him, and then yeah.
Woody is an absolute pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Button your shirt back up, buddy. Go sit on the side of the road. Maybe his girl would have had a better chance with that. But, oh, the cabinet's throwing invisible bottles at me. That window was broken out. Why not jump through the freaking window? Why not break the other
Why
window?
didn't he jump through the window? Yeah.
Oh, let go of my arm, he screamed. Let go of me.
So the rest of the group is two more girls, Molly, Becky, and Jerry. They're driving around in their weird little Jeepy thingy. It's kind of the, with no doors on. And they're like, okay, we don't know where Woody's at, so let's go skinny dipping. But this being a PG movie, there's not much skinny dipping to be had. Wasted opportunity. Then they meet Mr. Slauson, and he's, of course, Chuck Connors. Being Chuck Connors, if you know Chuck Connors, he's got that gruff kind of, Western actor vibe going on. And he is out there with a shotgun, and he warns the girls that there's snakes in the water. They come out of the water.
Water moccasins.
Water moccasins, yes.
Oh, I'd looked up that car because I was intrigued by it. That was from what I found, it looks like it is a Volkswagen 181.
Oh, really?
Yeah, supposed to substitute. Was supposedly to substitute until the Europa Jeep was ready from 1968 until 1979. Over 50,000 Type 181s were delivered to NATO forces. By 1979, the Europa Jeep project was abandoned, and the West German government began supplementing its 181s with the new front-engine Type 183 Iltis, perhaps. Yeah. I just wondered, because when they opened up the back of that thing to look at the motor, that's all I could think of was VW Bugs have their engine in the back. And it was.
The thing that, you know what's worse than Jeeps? Their owners. The worst thing about Jeeps.
God, you're so mean.
I know, but I live in Colorado, and there's Jeeps everywhere. And they all got their little rubber ducks in their windows. I have no idea what that's all about. I guess it's a Jeep thing. I wouldn't understand. And then they've got their little, if you see this on top, if the vehicle's on its top, turn it around or something. I don't know. And then they all,
please flip it over.
And they all have their little ladders on the in the back of their Jeeps. The widow ladder.
Ooh, boy! I think we've hit a sore spot with you here.
They're just ubiquitous around here. Just Jeeps everywhere.
Weren't you driving Subarus for a while?
I did have a Legacy for a little bit. Mm-hmm. The Subaru is the next most popular car in Colorado. The Crosstrek, the Forester, and the Outback. There are Subarus everywhere. Everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody has them.
It's Teslas out here, and I can't stand them.
There's quite a few Teslas here, too.
Can't stand them.
On a huge aside, the EV that I see more lately is the Hyundai Ioniq 5. Those aren't too terrible looking. So of course, going back to the movie, our protagonists, are the whole group of people, our victims. They all go back to Slauson's roadside attraction place, and he's like, I'll help you with the Jeep and all this kind of stuff like that. And meanwhile, he's going to, pick them off one by one. Eileen gets choked by a scarf, and you see the wires on either side of the scarf choking her out a little bit.
He just seems to barely want to kill everybody in this movie.
Yeah.
He doesn't really want to off them, but he barely wants to kill them.
I will say that the masks are scary in this movie. They're very Leatherface reminiscent, especially because he changes his look all the time. He's got the blonde wig one. He's got like the Reagan hair one, and then he's got the the normal
Reagan hair.
And he's got various ones, and he's got the one you see if you've seen the poster for Tourist Trap. He's wearing it initially, then he puts it on the woman, and I'm going to get to the moments that I think are the scariest, right? When he captures Tanya Roberts and the other girl, and then Eileen, he puts the plaster on her face and stuff like that, and he's describing it and everything. I thought that was kind of scary. And then you see him talking about his brother, and his brother doesn't like me. He's going to keep me here, and then just doing all sorts of weird stuff. And then she dies.
Wait, was that Eileen? I thought that was another. That didn't look like Eileen. That looked like a girl that was completely outside of their party.
Let's see here.
I don't think that was Eileen.
Come on, Eileen. Tina is killed on the table, and Jerry survives. So Eileen was already dead.
Yeah, that was a totally different girl.
Yeah,
because her whole soliloquy was like, "Oh, he got me on the side of the road." Blah blah blah.
You are correct.
Yes,
they look kind of similar to me.
Looks like some of us weren't watching the movie as closely as we should have.
I think it's because I've seen it so many times that I've kind of comfort watch it. I have it up, I have it on, and I'm watching it. I go, "Oh, here's this cool scary part," and then go to the next part. You've
seen it, but have you actually seen it?
I have. I watched the Joe Bob version too when they talked about the making of the movie, and Joe Bob had all sorts of weird trivia and stuff to go with it. And apparently, the blonde girl, who's our final girl, she was like a method actor, and she would get in this mode and stuff like that. And she was trying to teach Chuck Connors her mode of acting, and he just was like, "Whatever, girly," and he just did. He just did it, Just like whatever.
I will say, because my mom was such a fan of Westerns, and especially the ones from like the 50s and 60s that were on TV, that I watched an obscene amount of, like Big Valley. Oh my God, the one with Haas on the Ponderosa, which I can't think of.
Oh yeah, I know what you call it. Dang it, you had it in my head.
Exactly. Bonanza.
It's Bonanza, yes.
The Rifleman.
Yes.
Which he was in. That Chuck Connors is the reason why I saved up money to get a lever action 30-30.
Oh yeah, because at the beginning of it, he's like
chomp, 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 and he would flip that thing.
Yeah,
and I still have that lever action 30-30.
Going back to this of Chuck Connors and Westerns and stuff, my parents or my grandfather used to like the Wild Wild West, which I kind of liked because they had like gadgets and stuff, and they were on the back. They had a train car that was their own. It had all sorts of cool shit in it. They would watch The Big Valley. They would watch.
Big Valley. Watch that one a lot too.
The Big Valley and Bonanza. And then one thing that was a Western sort of, but we watched a lot was Kung Fu. We watched Kung Fu all the time.
I'm so sorry.
And Star Trek. Kung Fu and Star Trek.
I'll take Star Trek. Kung Fu is just so bad.
And since we're talking about 79, there was also In Search Of with Leonard Nimoy. That was a good show. It was super, super scary. He'd be like, in search of Dracula, in search of voodoo, in search of UFOs, in search of lost continents. And it was all about like cryptozoology and phenomenons and, and ghosts and stuff. So you would always watch that. And, you'd be by yourself because your parents would be out doing something else. You'd be all scared in your own mind about voodoo and witches and stuff like that.
It's kind of interesting. Those shows still kind of persist, like Destination Unknown, like that guy going and like trying to dig up stuff and exploring the unknowns that are out there. It's kind of,
there's a series on right now that has Dan Aykroyd as the narrator, and it's all about, phenomena and stuff like that. It's actually pretty good.
Well, that's Dan Aykroyd's, that's his thing, man. He
loves
likes
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he loves that stuff.
He even had like a mini radio show snippet thing that would come on every once in a while. If you happen to be listening to the radio at night, he would be like telling you the secret about the Tunguska blast or something like that, or the crystal skulls and things. So he was into that kind of stuff. But yeah, I love that episode. So this is the part that scared me as a kid, is when the girl is running away and she's in the field and stuff like that. And then he's chasing after her and he has that mannequin head in his hand. And then the mannequin head screams too. that fucked me up as a kid. And then he threw it at her and it turned around and it still screamed at her. That scared the shit out of me. Me as a kid. And another part I remember is when the Jerry the guy that refuses to die, even though he gets pummeled by Slauson a bunch of times, he sees Slauson in the house with the mask on, and they do that kind of like Jaws-esque pull where it's like cut, 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 but it keeps zooming in on him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes so scared he fucking jumps out the window. That I always thought was a scary part of the movie that stuck to me. So maybe overall this movie isn't great, but there are snippets of the movie that I always thought were scary.
The one that I enjoyed the most was in the first kill, when he's in that room being an absolute moron, deserving of his horror movie death. That first head that rolled over just kind of went, ah.
Yeah.
The jaw kind of flopped open like that. And then after that, when they all started doing it, it's like, that's too much. I've seen this before.
Yeah.
And at the very end, when he's, I'm going to skip to it. When he's dancing with the mannequin and convincing her with his powers that she's real, the little one that comes out with the messed up face and the big eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That one looked great. Should have had some more stuff like that popping out at you.
Yeah. There were pieces of the movie that were cool and a few things that were a little scary, but overall it was not great. The music didn't make any sense in certain scenes where you think the music should be scary. It's kind of funky, funny kind of stuff. There's a lot of dead space going on where, there's not much going around. They're Scooby doing it. I think that's the where they're running around, looking around for shit and stuff. And
this one would have been great because they really would have pulled the mask off of Slauson and would have gotten away with it.
It's Slauson. Soy Scoob. Fred's like, hey Daphne, you want to go search on our own again? I always like that meme of Fred, and it looks like he's biting his lip. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you gotta look it up on Google. Hold on.
So yeah, we're both stopping to do that right now. Captivating podcasting. Fred biting his lip. This is the first thing that came up. Oh, yeah, there it is.
The first one's like, no one, Fred, let's split up, gang. Daphne and I will search the bedroom. He's biting his bottom lip. Yeah, it just kills me. I love that one. Yeah. Scooby doing it. But I think this movie, if you were to watch it on a cold Halloween-y kind of fall day, and you're in that mode, that kind of that zone for a spooky movie, you could do worse.
And you could do better.
And you could do
a lot better too.
So I thought we might run short. So I want everybody, if you're listening to this, when you have a chance, to Google 1979 Halloween costumes and just go to images, and you will see some of the stuff that we wore as kids during Halloween. And
let me sum it up. For those of you who did not grow up in the 1970s, let me sum up what these costumes are like. It's basically a colorful trash bag and a plastic paper plate with eyeballs cut out, hopefully nose holes cut out, with staples to hold a rubber band in place that will dig into the side of your face all night, where you begged for candy. And in the 1970s, I got an inordinate amount of Tootsie Rolls.
Oh yeah, Tootsie Rolls, Circus Peanuts, Mary Janes.
Fuck you with Circus Peanuts. Fuck you with Tootsie Rolls. And then Necco wafers, Smarties. No, give me the sweet tarts. Let's go big time. Let's do the real stuff. No, I don't think so.
My favorite was the little plastic coffins with the candy, like sweet tart, like skeleton.
The
you could put the skeleton together. Yes.
Yes. That was great.
Those were the best candy. I love those. And, maybe somebody would hand out some Snickers or a Twix here and there.
Or oh my God. Now I'm going back to childhood trauma. I didn't get to trick or treat much because we lived way out. We lived farther out than you. We were out there. Mm-hmm. But getting to actually trick or treat a couple times, and then some son of a bitch gives you a ruler or a pencil, they deserve a special place in hell.
Yeah. So look, there's this one called Kooky Spooks Giant Blow Up Costume Kit.
I remember
And
this too.
I always thought they were cool, but my parents would never spend money on something like that. And it was basically, like Neil said, it's a trash bag that put over your torso, but then it had like an inflatable helmet type thing with like an inflatable cat face, or this one was a bat. And then you would strap it to your forehead. But then, as a child, you were forced to go into blackface.
Yeah, they even
But the-
show it. There is even the one that's the black cat, and the kid is on there smiling, and he's covered in blackface. He's 2 seconds away from going, "Mammy, mammy." It is so bad.
The other one was like an alien. Cookie Spooks costumes. The bat and the alien was a green alien, had white eyes, and had sort of like looked like a carrot for a nose. Yeah.
Here's the best one, I think, is you go far enough down. It's from Various Ramblings of a Nostalgic Italian. They've got on the left a picture of Linda Carter in her Wonder Woman outfit from the 70s. Excuse me, let me clear my throat. Okay, now that I've done that, then it goes to the costume, and then it goes to their drawn representation of what you're going to look like, which is basically a Lego person when
Yeah.
you're wearing it.
Couldn't get too saucy with those. I loved the Kiss costumes. I always wanted to be Gene Simmons every year, but my grandma, being religious, said no. So I was always thwarted from the Kiss Gene Simmons
Dude,
Halloween costume.
I had the Boba Fett costume once.
Oh yeah,
and
that was pretty boss. Check out my retro lingo. I was Darth Vader for like 5 years in a row, from
and
like
why
78 all the way through to like 83. I was always Darth Vader because he was the fucking coolest. He was my personal hero. I probably didn't take the right, lesson from Star Wars as a kid. I didn't want to be Luke. I wanted to be Darth Vader.
Wanted to be Darth
Vader was badass. Do you see the alien one? There's 2 warps to Neptune. It is right just below the Linda Carter one. There's this cool alien 79 alien costume. Looks awesome. I would have also loved that as a kid.
Oh yeah, that would have been so great.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty awesome.
will say, because of my parents getting me that costume, was when I got the first 3D printer and was doing all the online classes and stuff, and you're going to be making all these things and stuff on it, that I found and started making a Mandalorian helmet.
Oh,
and
nice.
I have had this Mandalorian helmet now for a couple of years. I've got a speaker in it, and it comes out of one ear so that it does the voice. I put a hearing aid, one you could get off like Temu, and put that in the other ears. So when people are talking, I can turn that on and hear them. I've got fans in it to cool me down and like foam pads to make it fit correctly. I fully geeked out on this. Fully.
Nice.
And had a great time with it. It just sits on my desk, and people come by and like, is that a Mandalorian helmet? No, it's not. If you ask that question, you're dumb. You don't deserve it. And what I really, really want to do, because I saw some of it on YouTube. You remember the pilot, that sort of like semi-Egyptian looking thing that the pilot from Battlestar Galactica had?
Oh yeah.
And it had the LEDs in it and it lit up. Your boy is making one of those.
If I had a 3D printer, or I knew somebody who had a 3D printer,
which you do,
I would try to replicate Guy King from the Shogun Warriors. That would be an amazing 3D printer.
All you got to do is give me the names of these things and I'll find it, and it would be yours.
Neil, at the end of the notes, I'm going to upload a picture of that alien costume. And the funny thing is, look at the expression of the alien on the torso. It looks so funny. It just looks like somebody asked the alien to say cheese in a school picture.
It kind of speaking of memes, it kind of reminds me of the one with the girl who's got the Goosebumps book. Like, my gird, Goosebumps. That one,
yes.
that's kind of what's going on right here.
It is so hilarious. Still would want it though. If I found this like at a garage sale or something like that, I'd buy that in a hot minute. Because something like that is probably going for a lot of money on eBay. Sweet alien Ben Cooper alien costume from the 70s.
Here, let me throw another one in there for you. So after the Alien, or maybe before it went before the Alien.
Oh yeah,
let me adjust that for you. There you go.
Screen cap of Tanya Roberts. Yeah, thanks for bringing it back to my original, love.
You're what? Both of your true loves.
Yes,
you're welcome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was good looking.
Wow, that was quite a journey. I could see your eyes taking all over that.
She was pretty good looking. So we're running short. There's really no need for us to kick the can down the road. This was just.
We'll just say that the movie ended shitty.
Yeah, she basically loads up all her mannequinized friends and drives off with them in a car, and it ends. That's it.
La 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 la, and off she goes.
Yeah, after axing Slauson in the back when he had a weak moment.
Did she get him in the back? It looked like she got him in the shoulder.
Oh yeah, you're right, the shoulder.
So she got him in the shoulder, and true to movie tropes, like getting that little 2-inch cut below your knee by a ninja with a throwing star or something like that, that's enough to kill you.
Yeah. And we talked about this, I think, in our last episode. It's like some of these injuries that slashers give you, are you really going to die? It probably would really suck, but are you going to die? It would be, Jason crushes your head, you're probably dead.
Oh, you're done.
That's a rhyme. But Michael Myers stabs you in the back with a scalpel, picks you up for a second, then drops you. Are you dead? I don't know.
Picks you up in your sleeping bag, bitch slaps you into a tree. Are you
You're
dead?
dead. Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably dead. Folds you up like origami and shoves you into a barrel.
Yes.
You dead.
Or you're in Jason, Freddy versus Jason. You're in the height of bed, and then he folds it up, and your legs meet.
Okay, that's a genuine terror. Full hideaway beds when people. Oh, okay, you can come. Oh, you're staying over. Yeah, you shouldn't be driving. It's getting late. We'll just pull the bed out. No, I'm good. Just leave the couch as is. I'll sleep on it like that. That's great. You know what? I'll just snooze in the car and then drive. Thanks.
If you had a hide-a-bed, it was mandatory to trap your younger sibling or another
inside the hide-a-bed.
Yes.
Consequences be damned, because they weren't getting enough air.
You hear him scream, "Help me!" And your grandma comes in. What's going on in here? And they hear your cousin. Help!
We opened it up to see. It closed all on its own.
It was an accident.
It was totally an accident. We didn't mean to do that. Then put the cushions back on and sit on it.
I had a younger cousin, and I used to pick on him all the time, and I would just punch him in the stomach for no reason. Bam! A gut shot, and he'd start crying. I'm like, you better get your shit together before my grandma shows up.
But that was always the thing when you heard a sibling. I'm so sorry. Don't tell mom and dad. I'm sorry. Don't tell mom and dad. I'm going to tell mom and dad. Just out of nowhere. You're such an 80s bully. What a dick.
I know. I was a dick. The other where was I where I heard some kid doing that I'm tired cry where they're so exhausted and unreasonable that they're just kind of like, kind of crying. The desperate, the kid needs a nap or go to bed type cry where they lost all ability to hold on to their.
That was also the ass whooping cry too.
Yeah, that's
when
true.
You just got to. There was no way to basically say how hurt you were because you were already upset, and then you had that.
There's no way you could compose yourself because you were just too shook up.
No. Did your parents ever give you that fucked up line? You know what? I'm going to keep doing this until you stop crying.
Yeah, I'm
Did you ever get that one?
Let's cry.
Yeah, I'll give you something to cry about. Well, you just hit me.
Yeah,
that's something to cry about. Now let it be said. Now that we are of an age and we are fathers, have you ever hit your kid?
No, I maybe gave him a swat a long, long time ago, and I felt awful. And maybe it was just yeah.
Yeah. So mine was like reaching for some stuff and it was dangerous and I slapped his hand. And then I felt like shit.
Yeah.
I was like, oh
I
my
always
God,
felt so bad if I ever
gotta,
yelled or got mad.
I've got to break this. I can't go around beating the hell out of my kid.
Mm-hmm.
But funny, we talk about it now and it's like, oh, that was hilarious. You talk to other Gen Xers. Oh, that was the funniest fucking thing. Remember that time the dad came and hit me with the belt buckle and did that
I saw
8-inch
a
scar on
meme.
my back? Did you see that thing?
I saw like meme from like Mexican parenting. Like, yeah, you talk when you're older, you talk about it. Remember when you're so mad at me? You came at me with a knife, and that was hilarious.
Remember the one time you broke the broom handle across my head? Do you remember that? I remember that.
You told me the man was going to take me away. Yeah.
I remember my mom smacking us. Remember the plastic fly swatters?
Mm-hmm.
Those things were flexible, but I remember getting smacked so hard it broke.
Oh, damn. Leave a welt.
Broke. Yes, it did. But when it happened, it broke blood vessels in the back of my mom's hand. So when my dad got home, I'm sitting there and I took a fly swatter across the face and my dad sees the back of my mom's hand. And then I'm taking another hot one from him because he's pissed off because mom was hurt.
Yeah. I remember my mom.
A very special episode of the Retro Video Podcast.
We're letting it out. My mom was an arm pincher. Like if you're acting up in a public place, she would grab you and
pinched me once, and goddamn it, that hurt.
Yeah,
that hurt. I forget what I said. Your mom pinched me right on the side. She dug those little tiny ass hands of hers.
Yeah,
it was 4 foot, whatever your mom is, and dug in there.
4'8". She's
God,
hobbit size. So
she could pinch, dude.
Yeah, that was her way to get you in church. If you're screwing up in church, you always wanted to go, stop pinching me. Really loud, and then no more. Why are you pinching me?
I'm sorry, Lord. Oh, would have got it so hard.
Yeah, that just made it worse.
My mom was cool, at least in church, because if I was going to fall asleep, she would pull me in close, and my head would lean on her, and I could fall asleep. But I didn't dare make noise or anything like that. I just kind of sat there and like looked through the songbooks.
And you went to like a Baptist church, right? Where it was like 3 hours long.
Church of Christ.
Church of Christ, yeah.
It's basically Baptist without the music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, dude. 3 to 4 times a week. Always.
Yeah.
The morning services were like 2.5 hours long. You had enough time and we couldn't drive all the way back out the house. So we would like go to a park. We would go out to eat. First cafeteria. Whoop, whoop.
Heck yeah. Whoop, whoop. Chicken fried steak, pan fries, brown gravy.
Oh my God. And then the fried okra to top that all off with. Yeah. Yes, sir. And we'd do that. And that was always the highlight because you could get whatever you wanted at First Cafeteria. Mm-hmm. You could load as long as you could carry that tray. Everything was good. And then we would go back that night for like another hour and a half.
Oh my God.
Every Sunday.
Well, we are way off topic. But next week we are going to do Evil Dead from 2013. You will not be disappointed if you have not seen this movie. It is legitimately a good movie.
Where's this one streaming?
Let me check. I think it is available on Hulu and Tubi.
Okay, well, I have Hulu and it says Disney Plus, which is bizarre.
Yeah, because Disney Plus through Hulu, you can get Hulu through Disney Plus or some programming through Hulu.
All things I didn't realize until just now. This is the one with this. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. As I'm looking at this, I'm starting to think about the movie. Like, I remember this now. Yeah, so good. Yeah, looking forward to it. It's not going to match the original eyeball vibes, but it'll be there.
Yeah. So if you want to hit us up, rvspodcast222@gmail.com. Send us a message through our Buzzsprout webpage. If you want to suggest anything, those are 2 ways to do it. Go to buymeacoffee.com and hit up the Retro Video Store. And I promise I'll be better at Instagram. I've been like kind of busy with other stuff, so I'll try to get to that this week. And
we did get some viewer mail, but you didn't even mention it.
Did we?
Yeah, through Buzzsprout.
I didn't see that.
I got the notification.
Oh, wow. I didn't get it.
Crack it open.
Hold on.
We'll edit this part out. Wow, Eric.
I see it. Hold on.
Do I need to forward it to you?
I swear I must have missed it. Hold on.
Oh, I think I did. I think I deleted it.
Fan mail. Oh, You Should Have Neil on More came from September 18th. And another one in February. Great job, guys, for taking me back to the movies in the past. So I have a listener for a few years. So yay!
Yay! Who sent both of those? Did any of them leave their names?
The guy from the UK that did not leave his name.
Okay, UK guy. The UK guy is okay.
Yeah, and there's one from San Jose.
San Jose.
So
that place is a shithole. Who'd want to live there?
Is it war torn like Portland is?
It's, you know what? I've heard that city needs the National Guard to come in.
Yeah.
This whole Bay Area, Silicon Valley kind of nonsense out here, out there. I mean, disgusting.
All right, we don't want to be called buffoons, so we better stop. So,
all right, you buffoon. Everybody have a good week.
Yes, have a good week. Thanks for listening. Appreciate you.
Thank you for listening to the Retro Video Store Podcast.